Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Do I still look like that? This is like 10 years ago, a picture. Young people think I tease them when I tell them I'm 50. They scold me. In Nepal, they scold me when I tell them I'm not Nepali. They start shouting at me in Nepali. And then they say, you look Nepali, you speak like a Nepali, you dress like a Nepali. So I became one with Asia. I would like to first say thank you to all of you for attending Heavenly Parent today on Sunday. Let's give a big round of applause. Heavenly Parent. Which button? The middle one? Right. This one? Right. And let's give a round of applause to Jonathan Jesper, working so hard to raise the vibration. You mentioned about, I was one of the early pastors, and the first thing I did, the first Sunday, was recognize the original families, because I noticed that when True Parents came to Las Vegas, all of a sudden Las Vegas was like the hip place to be. Until that time, how could you possibly live in Sin City? So, isn't that correct? We have a precious of families, the original families from Las Vegas. And I noticed nobody knew who they were. Everybody's coming like, yeah, I'm it. I'm the center. I'm in Las Vegas now. I'm with the Providence. But, for 25 years prior to that, we're looking down at Las Vegas. So we really got to honor, like Jonathan said, I really like what you said. That's perfect. Honor the foundations that were built, because those are the ones we stand on. This is really precious. So let's give the original families of Las Vegas a big round of applause. You know who you are. You want to stand up? Yes! So, respect them. I don't know if the Schlagerers are still in town. Yamaguchi went to Japan, right? So, but this is precious original families, and so many great people that have come and offered their devotion here in this city. Too many to mention. But there was one that was missed, which was Bishop Ki-Hoon Kim, our Chonniwon chair and Chonchimwon branch director for USA. Yes. So, all right. I've only got 10 minutes, right, John? Okay, Master Key. So, I started the new mission in prayer in the Chonchimwon. And on the first day, when I prayed, I had the vision of a key, and that this key would be able to unlock the doors behind which lay the incredible treasures prepared by heaven to bring a great victory for America. So, and I knew that this master key was to understand the essence of Heavenly Parent, and in order to do so means to understand the essence of true parents, but most centrally is to understand the essence of true mother, because without that, that whole pathway is blocked. So, to resonate with, vibrate with the essence of true mother, I promise you, this will be the master key that can unlock all the doors behind which the treasures, the support, the money, the people, everything's been prepared by heaven to help us bring about national restoration. Do you believe so? Yes. So, Dr. Kim, can I borrow your master key? Now, Kimi, you can bring for me. Yeah. Thank you, Bishop Kim. Thank you now, Kimi. So yesterday, Bishop Kim showed this key to the Japanese 7-day workshop. Do you know what this is? This is a master key. So this key unlocks every door in this building, correct? Thank you, Bishop Kim. Thank you. Thank you for giving me. So every door, meaning even I can go into your bedroom with this key right now and check, did you make your bed? There's also security cameras all throughout the building, up and down the stairwells. Ever since Bishop Kim mentioned this, I've been looking. You can't, pick your nose on that stairwell because you're on camera. So this master key unlocks every door because inside this key is a unique code. A unique code. And it can be programmed to open every door. There can also be such thing as a sub-master key, which gives you limited access to many areas. Some of you staying here for the workshop may have a room key. Does anybody have a room key? Yeah, that allows you to stay in one room, but you can only enter that room as a guest. So the difference between your key, Sammy, and my key that Bishop Kim just gave me is that you are a guest, but I'm an owner. Do you understand the difference? The good news is that you have a key, as many people don't have one. You have a room in the house of your parent, but your destiny is such that your parent wants to trust you with the master key, not only for every door in this building, but every door in Cheonilgu. Aju? Should I give this key back to Dr. Kim? Now, Kim. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Bishop Kim. Similarly, this is a code. Do you know what this is? Does anybody recognize this number? It's not my phone number. This is a routing number. Do you know what a routing number is? Jonathan, you ever wired money? You wire money? Sometimes you need a routing number. This is a routing number, and this is how it works. The first 4 digits are the Federal Reserve routing symbol. This is defining the Federal Reserve District, the federal branch. The second set of numbers is the ABA institution identifier. That's like your bank address, because there's many banks within the federal. Then the final digit, what is that? What is that last one? Check digit. This is a very special number. This number, this entire sequence is coded with an algorithm that this number can check. In other words, if this number is off, it can prove that the entire sequence is fraudulent, and it will block the wire. So that final number is the number that is giving the stamp of approval that the algorithm is looking for to trust the routing number. Do you understand? That's so that Jonathan doesn't lose his money. Do you understand? Otherwise, it might go the wrong route if somebody's given a fraudulent number. So are you with me? So similar to the master key, the code has to be correct. If there's 1 digit off, you're blocked. Bishop Kim's key can even get him 3 o'clock in the morning through the outside gate when the gate is closed. But if there's 1 digit off, he's blocked. The difference between 0 and 1 is infinite. The difference between sleeping inside fresh sheets or staying outside, I can't say in the cold because it's Las Vegas, but staying outside on the street, 1 number. And in the case of the routing number, this 1 number determines the validity of the whole sequence. Okay. What about this number? What is this number? Huh? You think I'm giving you like my cell phone number, my account number? What? Do we pay these people to be here? Is that? Okay. All right. So this number is an example of a Cheonilgu number. Just I want to give you an example. Maybe in your Cheonilgu number, you would have your individual code, your family code, your Cheonilgu code, and your true parents identifier, and your God check. What is that God check? that God check determines whether the entire sequence is accurate. Every single number in the sequence needs to be accurate, but that final number is the number that will determine whether or not all of the numbers are true. It's interesting, right? Because at first glance, do you know whether 13 is my real individual number? I can make it look like that. I can make my individual code look right. I can make my family code look right. Everything can look right, smell right, sound right. But it will all be for nothing unless the God check number checks out and the entire sequence is approved. Are you with me? You feeling it down there, ACLC ministers? Yeah, okay. This is the Master Key sermon. All right. So, in terms of this number, I really do want to be considered a Cheonilguk citizen. Do you? So what do we need to do in order to be a Cheonilguk citizen? What is it that we need? We remember there's 3 major behaviors. If we want to put it, instead of like rules, we can consider 3 major behaviors that constitute, right? So, protect your lineage, right? You can say, don't fall, or you can say, protect your lineage. It's a quite inspiring statement, right? Protect and treasure one another's heart. So that's not to misuse your authority, right? Protect the heart. And protect public assets. Don't misuse public assets, protect public assets. There's actually other ones, but these are the top 3 that constitute the Cheonilguk citizen. Of course, you can be blessed, you should be blessed, right? In order to qualify as a lineage of God. But in terms of these behaviors, if you can live this way, you can say, I'm a worthy Cheonilguk citizen. But when we analyze according to these behaviors, right? I know we got high noon here. If we consider from the point of view of behaviors and correct behaviors, where is the root of such correct behaviors? The root is in that number. If I'm resonant with Heavenly Parent, if I'm one with Heavenly Parent, then naturally those behaviors will be, good, right? So the most important thing is whether or not we are correcting our vertical problems, not whether we are correcting our horizontal problems. Now, a lot of the work we do in our community, a lot of the work we do on ourselves and on each other is often approaching the problem from horizontal. How do we solve this problem horizontally? But it's always a vertical problem first. That number, if it's 1 degree off, if that 10 is a 9, even if the other sequences are looking good, if that 10 is a 9 and it's not the right number, or if any other number in the sequence is off, we're outside the gate. And if we're in Minnesota, it's cold. Remember the people who live up there, okay? So, Cheonilguk citizens must catch the essence. We need to be people who are living and vibrating, thank you, Jonathan, with the essence of our Creator, the essence of Heavenly Parent. And there's no human being alive now or in the past who hasn't needed and wanted and searched and longed for that thing, that essence. We know the story. We're blocked from it. So we need true parents. True parents. But even if we receive the blessing from true parents, Jesse, even if we receive the truth from true parents, can we say we're blessed? Can we say we know the truth unless we're experiencing it? And the experience is that which is rooted in the essence and not knowledge of the essence, experience of the essence. This is the thing we have to really check. Without experiencing the essence of Heavenly Parent, and therefore without experiencing the essence of true parents, which is the gateway to our Creator, without experiencing today, not in my 1976 fundraising testimony, today, experiencing the essence of true mother, then the rest, all of the numbers don't mean anything. This is serious. So, it's like I mentioned on Sunday. You can try to make bread. I remember once, I was living in Italy, I think I already mentioned to some people, I used to live in Italy. And there was a time when I was getting into making bread. And like every day I was trying to make bread. I remember Bishop Kim, I tried to make bread first. I knew you needed some kind of like special ingredient, so I bought like a baking soda, right? And I put the baking soda with the water and the flour, and I knew you had to let it sit, so I let it sit. This is pre-YouTube days, so I had to let it sit. The thing wasn't doing anything. It's like, I baked it. It kind of tasted like this podium might taste. And finally, I had to understand. I had to ask some Italian grandma. She pointed out on the shelf where to buy the yeast. And that yeast, if mixed in properly and if let to do its work, that's the funny thing about yeast. You don't even have to do it yourself. I know now, Kimi, right? We always want to figure it out how to do it. That's a skill that you have. But there's a thing that has to happen first, which is letting it happen, letting the magic happen by putting in the right ingredient. We can't manufacture that by man's power. That's a heavenly power. The essence that we need is the yeast that we need to leaven this nation and restore it. That's it. We need to use the right ingredient. We need to use the right material. And nobody should be paying me to preach this message to you because you've known this message since you were a child. At least the Americans do. You all know the story of the 3 little pigs? Oh, there's a threat on the horizon, and there's 3 pigs. They all look the same, sound the same, talk the same, or oink the same. But each of them made a different decision as to how to build their foundation, how to build their home, how to build their nation. And you know how the story goes. What was it? One did with straw, built the home with straw. One built it with like some twigs. It's a little bit better. But one knew to build the home with bricks because that was the ingredient necessary to protect the little pig from the threat. We in America need to catch on to the essence. We need to build our foundation with that essence. And with that building, with that foundation, we will bring all the other Americans into that place to save them and save this nation, just like that 3rd little pig, right? Don't be confused. There is threats on the horizon. I know. I'm an optimist, by the way, by nature. I'm an optimist. Optimists always look stupid. They're already talking about like everything as if it's just possible just because you say so. Pessimists are the smart ones, constantly analyzing how everything can go wrong, probably will go wrong. By the end of the day, they hope it will go wrong just to prove their theory. Optimists are always pushing that away and just, no, believe, it's going to happen. We look stupid. But if we optimists use the right ingredient, we will build the nation that God needs, okay? So, am I just talking esoterically? What the heck's he talking about essence anyway? It's like, I'm not going to be able to teach you the essence. You're going to be experiencing it. You should get excited about that. Some of you may be already experiencing it. My guess is that most are not, because Mother has made a major correction worldwide, and she's been trying to do it for decades. So we need to wake up to the fact it's not just another chapter, it's a new book. Okay? So here's the deal. Mother wants us to understand and experience this essence. She knows it. She knows we need it. She's looking for those who catch it. And with those who catch it, she'll work with them to expand it. So she has new content to share, new content that needs to sit on an internal resonance and relationship of catching this essence. And then with that new content, you will blossom like that flower that's been packaged and just waiting for the right water. This is what's going to happen to you. True Mother wants to teach us a new essence. You know, I was just with her in Busan. She's our mother. She's sitting at the end of the table, okay? So there's a room about this big, and at the end there's a window, and then it's the beach on Busan, and the ocean, Pada, and then she's sitting here at the end, and then there's like her daughter's here, and then 5 guys in suits either side of the table. I'm down here, right, next to Suho Kim, Donggu Kim's son, translating for me all the evening, like this. We're trying to eat, trying to translate, trying to take notes. Mother's just right here, like 2 arms lengths away. And we're all just sort of, she's just come in, she sat down, we're all just kind of getting down, like, well, you know, who sits down first? Napkin, or check. Okay, he's doing his napkin, I'll do mine. You know, you're getting to stay in line. And then, you know, as I'm sort of dealing with my effects, Suho whispers in, oh, she's asking if she's beautiful. What? I said, mother's down here. And she's right here in this beautiful flower blouse. And her hair is like made up, and she's sitting at, with the ocean behind her. It's a scene. It's a beautiful scene. She's just sitting there at the head of the table. This, by the way, is going to be a Chinese meal. It's going to turn out to be like a 7-course Chinese meal. For those of you that come to the Rebirth Workshop, I'll tell you all about it. But she's sitting there, and she's saying, am I beautiful? Suho's like, Damien, she's asking, am I beautiful? Okay, yes, mother, you're beautiful. It's like a beautiful picture of a true mother and the sea. And then I start describing it. It's like, you got the sea, so beautiful. And then she's pointing to her necklace, this huge amethyst, like surrounded in diamonds. It's huge. And it's right there, right here on her heart. And she's saying, and my amethyst, do you like my necklace? Is it beautiful? Am I beautiful? What's mother saying? Do you see me? Welcome, come into my heart. Amethyst happens to be considered a gem that signifies royalty and also protection. And what I put in my reflection to her is I felt like this necklace was like a shield of heavenly armor, but also like a gateway into Mother's heart. Mother's longing for us to enter into the realm of her heart, because there is the gateway to her essence, and there is the true understanding of our true parent's essence, which naturally leads to Heavenly Parent. This is our pathway, but we've misunderstood certain things, and she wants to correct these things. We have new content, but guess what? We have old concepts. Old concepts. Okay, some of you have been hearing my analogy of pachinko. Anybody ever play pachinko? Pachinko? You? Right. So there's like a little metal ball that comes in the top, and you've all these little, right? What do you call them? Like not stilts, but little pins, little nails in random locations. So when the ball comes down, it's like ding 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 ding, right? So the thing is, like when Mother says new wineskin, when Mother says become a new vessel so I can pour new truth into you, she's not saying, hold on to your concepts and open a box or two so that I can like fit some new material in there. She's basically saying, just go ahead and forget everything you know. It's okay, I know. It's important to you, yes. It's helped you survive up until this point. But just throw it all away, and don't worry. Each of those things that you throw away that you actually need will be included in the new wines. Why should we worry? Stop being like a pachinko mind about it, like holding on to every little thing that's like our structure of thought and our thinking. It's okay if you're listening to like the guy behind the bar at Denny's. You don't need to like empty your whole soul for him to put new truth in. But I say, when you're meeting the only begotten daughter who has been longing to be born 6,000 years, God's waited to, you have a chance to sit in front of her. You want to listen and like just assume you know nothing, so that everything that goes in can go in purely, not pachinko style, straight into your heart, from hers to yours. Aju? So do you understand? Do you understand what I mean about getting rid of old concepts? Do you understand what I mean about emptying your mind? Do you? I don't think so. I think we understand it, but I don't think we understand it. So be serious about it, all of you clever, wise people. It's like, think about this, your hair. For some of you are going with the skin cut, it's very nice. But think about those of you who still have hair, okay? How much time do you put in the morning in the mirror perfecting that beautiful head of hair, Jesse? Right? Some of you have got the special products. I know who you are. You got that like salt spray that gives it a little bit of that beach look, or you've got the dry shampoo or the volumizing. I know you do the volumizing thing. It's beautiful. But when you're doing your hair, and don't pretend it's just the ladies. I know men. All right. Even if one hair is out of place, it's like like a little, you'll like try to get that right. I mean, by the time you walk out the house, it's a mess, forget it. But at least for that moment where you're checking yourself, even one hair, you're going to make sure it's not out of place. Am I right? Right? Okay. It's precious, even that one hair. You'll take the time to like, just to make it perfect. But what about when you're in the bath? You're washing your hair. Well, you look down, all of a sudden there's a few hairs floating in the water. Or in the shower, you see some hairs flowing down the floor. How about those hairs now? They seem appealing? Who likes going into the shower drain to pick up? Who loves that one? I don't know. You use your fingers. What do you use? Toilet paper? I mean, some of you guys never even bothered, did you? You pretended not to see it, and you expect your wife to do it. You expect your mom to do it. I know who you are. But, you know, you go in with your fingers, the same fingers you're using to eat that bagel in like an hour, and you're picking up this matted net of hair, and I don't know anyone that thinks like, oh, that's nice. Holding on to your old concepts is like holding on to your old hair and like gluing it back on your bald head, because they're so precious, every one of these hairs, that you want to like go around. So, yeah, all right, good. Yeah, I know, I got this. No, it's not beautiful at all. We got to let go of our old concepts, just like our old hair. There was a day when they were precious, but no longer are they needed. So let it go. Are you ready? Okay. New essence. How do we find it? Is Damien just going to be, you know, telling stories and trying to make us laugh and get applause all day? Is this all we're doing? Like, no. I'm going to tell you the answer. Practically. So, when I prayed in Korea, what does America need? Is anybody interested in what I felt heaven telling me we need in America? This is, by the way, without me knowing what's going on in America. I think all of you know I was completely out of touch. Purposely. I didn't communicate with anybody. And that's painful, because this isn't just my mission area. This is my home. But I left, like America sent me on loan to Asia, and I took my whole family, right? I got nothing here. I took my whole family, my dog. Don't get me started on how hard that was. You know, everything's there. My kids are in school, everything, right? We just settled in. We just finally found the dentist, you know? It's like, how many practical things? So we went to Asia, and now I'm coming back, and people are saying, welcome back. Oh, yeah, it's good to see you. Welcome home. Welcome back. It's not, I feel like I'm coming here as a missionary right now, you know? So it's, you know, if you want to say welcome, just say welcome forward. Then you'll catch my heart. Welcome forward. Don't say welcome back, because there's no going back. I'm not the same, and the providence is not the same as it was 3 years ago. Not even 2 weeks ago, I tell you. So what Chonchimwon, in the Chonchimwon, in Korea, I bowed down and I prayed, and immediately 2 things came to me. One, rebirth. I had the image of America. The baby is there. The mother's there. The baby's in the womb, the mother's there. Everything's there, but the umbilical cord is not connected properly. This is what heaven showed me. The umbilical cord. That's serious. How many minutes is that baby going to survive if the umbilical cord is not connected, or if it's not connected properly? It's a big deal. In fact, it's the kind of only deal. Am I right? So, rebirth, and not in the New Testament age, not in the sense of rebirth centering on our Lord Jesus, not rebirth in the sense of like, you know, true father who pulled me through the wilderness and showed me how to like overcome every kind of indemnity. No. Rebirth centering on the mother, who is 99.999% the source of our life. This is rebirth of the Chon Il-guk era. Rebirth. So this is the first thing, Jonathan. The second point was pray in the Chonchimwon. So, like these 2 things came as one. But in order to achieve the first, we have to do the second. We have to go to the Chonchimwon and offer our prayers sincerely. Sincerely means not with those old hairs from the drain, like, oh God, can I just put these on the altar before I bow to you? Not with my heart full of pride, not with my heart full of concepts, not even with my heart full of fear about being found out for being a fraud. Just going there and bowing down, knowing that I'm God's son, I'm God's daughter, and everything's going to be okay. I got to put my life in God's hands first. We got to solve our vertical problems before we play with our horizontal problems. These things, if you try to navigate the field of horizontal problems, do you know how many you're going to find? If you expect to find the vertical by solving the horizontal, you'll just be going forever solving horizontal problems. And which one? When will you know to have found the vertical? You'll never know because there's so many vertical options. You got to start in the vertical and then you expand in the horizontal. And I'm not talking about some 120-day indemnity workshop. It's in the blink of an eye, and it's daily. We got to get reborn, people. We got to get Chon Il-guk reborn, centering on true mother. Believe me. And don't worry, it's beautiful. And don't worry, I'm not actually talking about you like climbing physically into the womb, but you are in the era of being reborn through mother's womb, if you choose it. So how do we do that? We have to study mother's words with deep sincerity, because there's things that she is saying behind the things that she's not saying. If you take her words in your heart and you go to the Chonchimwon and pray, you will be told, I promise you. It might take more than a day. It might take more than 5 minutes. You know, the point about devotion is consistent. But it's not just about offering devotion. You need to offer devotion in the right direction, and you need to offer devotion with the right heart and motivation. So not with your concepts, not centering on yourself, not centering on what you want to be true so that your pachinko brain can stay intact. Trust God will rebuild you how you need to be rebuilt. You know this. So do you know, in all the world, there's only one place outside of Korea where the Chonchimwon and the Chombo Heaven and Earth Training Center exists? Did you know that? Only one place. Here in Las Vegas. Did you know, even in Japan, Mother wanted to put one. I'm not going to tell you all the behind-the-scenes stories, but you should ask, why didn't we put one in Japan? Mother cannot just go and establish a Chonchimwon without a foundation for that to be established. So why is it that Mother chose Las Vegas? Is it because of your devotion? Do you feel you can claim, because of your, so much laying the foundation for Mother to come? You know, you have to really look at reality, what Mother's saying, what Mother's doing, not according to your concept or mine. Mother chose Las Vegas, probably because of the foundation that true parents built. Less so because of what any one of us might think, because of me. True parents built. And Mother chose Bishop Ki-Hoon Kim. Without him, I promise you, the Chonchimwon in Las Vegas wouldn't be here. Did you realize that? I asked you at the beginning, do you know who the original people that laid the foundation in Las Vegas for 25 years? And you don't know who they are. But did you know why Mother chose Bishop Kim? Because of his foundation of faith, his foundation of substance, his foundation of heart and unity with true Mother. Mother gave the biggest gift to America. Did you know you have this gift? So I want to ask, raise your hand or stand up if you sincerely went to pray in the Chonchimwon. Stand up. Please give these guys a big round of applause. So you have to understand, these are those who are qualified. You have to understand. We think it's an option. I know what it's like. We're building another temple. We're building another building. Here's another donation. Some of you saw my message about the final temple. I know how we think. But the Chonchimwon, it's another providence. It's another thing. We're so busy, right? We don't have time to catch up with everything going on. But actually, Mother's very simple and very practical and very direct. So please understand, if you want to capture the essence of Heavenly Parent, you're going to need to know true parents in here. Not just, I went to the workshop 25 years ago. And even worse, I'm the lecturer. I've been teaching it for like 40 years. Mother's just told me, we got to re-educate all the educators. Forget everything. So forget everything. I mean it. So, essence of true parents depend on essence of true Mother. So we should really read closely her word and go to pray on it in the Chonchim one. Am I making myself clear? Very simple. Very simple. Why would I say it like so strongly? Because if your house is on fire, there's one guy saying, there's the water, here's the bucket, deal with the fire. No, it's okay, we're roasting marshmallows on the fire. Don't make excuses. Just do what Mother's asking you to do. It's the quickest way, quickest way. Should I be more serious? Because this is me holding back. I love you. So please, I should hear from my house too much neighborhood complaint about how much noise is coming out of the Chonchim One here in Las Vegas. And because of those faithful few that have been praying there every day with Bishop Kim, Reverend Chong, that place is alive. And for the first time in 1 year, we just completed a 1-week workshop with all of the central leaders of America who for the first time went to pray in the Chonchim One together with true parents. Me and now Kimi and Bishop Kim, we sat side by side every day, 6 a.m. It was fantastic, right? I saw now Kimi having the time of his life. So the point is this. If you go there, you will experience breakthrough. Your breakthrough will be testimony. And Jonathan, we need to share those testimonies because they will attract people to your community. You hear me, Greg? Greg Smith? Yeah. Please tell him what I said. They will attract the people. It's happening in Korea. If you go to the Chonchim One in Korea, right? You sit down there, right, Dr. Sullivan? You sit in that room and you hear testimony after testimony. And now people are coming out and showing their particular skills, Jesse. Some are really good at rooting out certain spirits, and some are really good at seeing the future, what you need to be careful of. And it's all like protected by the Chonchim One. It's a miracle unfolding before our eyes, but you'll be blind to it if you don't go, and it won't happen if we don't offer our devotion there. So did anybody get the memo? We're all going to the Chonchim One to pray. And there we will pray on Mother's words and pray to find the essence inside Mother's heart. You will find it, believe me. Okay? Essence. Think about what Mother's saying about Christians, Tanya. She's saying very clearly, Christians don't know the essence of Jesus. And we've had 2,000 years to capture that essence. She said the Christians need to understand that the purpose of Jesus' second advent is to meet God's only begotten daughter. Without understanding this, we praise, we respect, we pray, we sing, we serve, we love. All the numbers are there. But that final number, misunderstanding the fundamental essence of Jesus' life, that final number is missing, and it blocks even the most devout Christians from fully receiving and understanding not only what their salvation is, but exactly how we need to help Jesus fulfill his mission, which is to find what? God's only begotten daughter. Why is Mother saying this? She's speaking to a room full of unificationists every time she says this. So why is she lecturing unificationists on what the Christians misunderstand about the essence of Jesus? Anybody willing to hazard a guess for 5 points? I'm going to have 5 points coming from the man or gentleman and the blue man, blue shirt. Okay, Dr. Sullivan. Thank you. She's hinting constantly. Constantly. This is a woman that has held her mouth for over 60 years. She's known the truth that she's still longing to share with you for over 60 years, and you will come to find and come to know the reasons why she was blocked. And ultimately, you will come to a place of tears in your heart, willing and wanting to take responsibility. And I'm not just talking about our pastors, I'm talking about our children. The youngest among you will get it and then will cry for Mother and realize that she's been holding on to this all the time, waiting for those who are ready to hear it. She is the one who we're waiting to come. So, who has confidence to be happy? Who has confidence to overcome your difficult behaviors? Who has confidence to really die like 80 years from now, confident that your life was great? Who has confidence to do that without the essence of true mother, through whom which was sent for us to be reborn? Do you have confidence? No. So mother says, witness, witness, witness. But how can we witness without the essence? We're not going to find some clever way to find some new breakthrough. And by the way, the kind of national restoration that Mother's been trying to tell us for years now goes way beyond whatever any mega evangelist preacher ever did in the past. It's got nothing to do with our skills, right, Jesse? Jesse's skilled. We got so many skilled leaders. But I bow before you. I tell you, I'm not here because of anything of me. Everything I've done for my life is all the stupid stuff. Anything that's of value that I have is given to me by Heavenly Parent, by true parents, in large part my wife, my ancestors. But I promise you, it's not me. So please don't think it's about me, okay? I'm not here to build my kingdom. I'm here to be with you to build Heavenly Parent's kingdom. Do you understand? It's a big difference, okay? Because I don't know how long I'm going to be here anymore. It's like I'm ready to go wherever the tide takes me. Actually, I've got a whole sermon on the whitewater rapids of God's providence, but that's another day. So we're getting to the end. I know you're concerned. So we need to offer our prayers at the Chonchim One. We need to actually take a moment of pause and perhaps repent. And I'm not asking you to force the repentance. Don't do that. But just allow yourself to consider what it means for us to be alive at the time when Heavenly Parent has already figured it all out for us, but we're kind of dumb to it. We don't even know where the doors are. We're kind of bumping into the walls, bumping into the doors. We don't even know where the master key is to go through that door. We have no idea that the other side of that black and white door is a golden, saturated, colorful landscape of Heavenly Parent's blessing for you, not for your sake, but for Heavenly Parent's sake and all of humanity's sake, of which you are included. So I believe that you will find there is a moment of repentance along your path. It would be healthy. For me, repentance never goes without gratitude. I always feel gratitude with my repentance because there's a knowing there that God's got you. You right? You with me, John? Isn't that right? So please understand, we're not turning a new page. God bless you. I know you're all good church-going people. You came to church on time. Well, some of you are late, but anyway, you came for the coffee on time. You came to church on time. You're here to listen to the wonderful music. You know, Greg and Reverend Dew, Jonathan, all of our leaders, all of our staff. I know how much work there is to do. I know how much work there is to lead a community and to try capture where should we take our community. I get it. But just remember this first. We have to start by solving our vertical problems. And if not the church, then who's going to do that? And if not us here today, then where are you going to hear that? Are you with me, Susanna? We have to start with our taking care of our vertical issues, and then everything will be easier. Do you know what else Mother said in this dinner, Reverend Du? This 7-course Chinese dinner? She said, let us fulfill national restoration, and then we can party like this every day. Yeah, that's your mother said that. She wants you to party every day. She wants you to want those things, and like she's human. She's true human. But she can't live a day with a satisfied heart, knowing that Heavenly Parent's waiting, and waiting. So we're not turning a new page. We're not turning a new chapter. We're writing a new book. And the names of those who unite with True Mother in this time, those are the names that will be recorded in that book. And I believe those are your names. They've already been written, and you now need to fulfill and substantiate it. Mother's asking us to witness. So let's go to the Chonchim One. Let's get on fire so that we can't stop ourselves telling people about it. Oh, but isn't it strange? The picture like this, picture like that. No, bring them straight there. It's the Spirit, Jesse. Forget the truth. Start with the Spirit. The truth will follow. Is that right? If we don't feel the Spirit, then what are we doing it for? Right? Master key. Look at this. We are living in the era of True Mother's embrace. We are living in the era of True Mother's rebirth. Through her womb, you will understand the true value and nature of true parents. Then God will manifest easily to you. I promise you. Aju? So let's go get that master key. See you at the Chonchim 1. Aju. Thank you.